Hello, it's been a while since I've done this. That's why I'm in a new world, because I'm just sort of messing around a bit. Sorry, I'm just sort of saying things that I don't think make a ton of sense right now. Trying to Sorry, trying to fix my settings. I figured I'd make a video tonight because, I know this isn't the case, for most people, I don't think, but I'm starting school again tomorrow, so, I'll be able to record even less often, which is kind of unfortunate, considering I haven't exactly been very consistent with when I record. And I want to talk about that. My intention when I started my A Build a Day series was to build something every day all year. I kind of had a feeling when I started that it wasn't a very realistic goal, and I was right, because I really didn't have a ton of fun doing it. It was entertaining enough the first few times, but then it started getting a little frustrating, so I completely stopped doing it, and I didn't really say much about it. I shouldn't have done that. That was not a very good idea. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with it now, because holy moly, this is a huge pale garden. Sorry, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it now. My intention was to come back to it after a couple of days, but as you can all see, that didn't happen. And I'm honestly kind of annoyed with myself that I went on and did that. Because I know very well that I could have said something. Does music not play in the pale garden? What have I done? Huh, essentially, I guess this video is partially an apology for that. Or at least that's what the start of this is supposed to be. It's 100% on me that I stopped doing that. And I shouldn't have just quit like that because it wasn't fair to anyone who expected it to continue. I don't know what I'm gonna do from here. I might just go back to dumb videos of myself playing the game. Because that was more fun, and I didn't have to do it constantly. Because I'm not going to be able to do it constantly. I actually For the past... Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get a little bit real. I am a high school student. I'm pretty sure everyone who watches my videos and has ever read one of my descriptions or really listened to me talk much can probably figure that out. It's not that difficult. I definitely talk like a high school student. For the past couple of years, I've not put much effort into really anything, because I didn't feel a need to. For the past couple of years, the idea of what I'm gonna do in the future didn't ever really occur to me, because I didn't expect to have one. That has changed. So, I will definitely take breaks from posting in order to get things done. Because this year, I'm actually trying to get things together so that I've got the best chance of really getting somewhere after all this. I'm not going to stop posting. Definitely not, because I grew up watching people play Minecraft, and it's something I really enjoy. So I don't really see a reason not to share it with people. I do want more realistic expectations for this channel than a 30-minute plus video every day. I can't do that. I don't really think anyone can keep that up for very long. Because I realize that if my small audience starts to become less of a small audience, I might actually be influencing people. And I don't really want to influence anyone to be dumb. I feel like that would be pretty irresponsible. I don't really have any big direction that this video is supposed to go in, other than getting pretty real with people, and about my academics, because I'm sure it might help someone else who's having trouble with theirs. I'm going into my junior year. That's 11th grade. Starting tomorrow. I know what to expect, obviously, because I'm at the same place that I've been, and I know it's going to be exactly the same. But I'm still kind of nervous about it. Over the summer, my family considered changing things up and going somewhere different. And in the end, we chose not to, because I was already too familiar with where I was, and I didn't want to change it. I am not really sure if that was a good idea. And I'm going into this year with a lot of uncertainty. I made the choice that I did because I thought that things had changed a lot. I've not ever really been particularly popular, so my reason for changing, had I done it, would have been because I thought I could make more friends who would be more understanding somewhere else. And I chose not to leave because toward the end of the year, I started to think that maybe the people there were more my friends than I thought they were. And I went to orientation this year, and I'm not so sure about that. No one really said anything to me at all. Aside from one person, I got pretty ignored by everyone I tried to talk to. And I made a pretty good effort not to think about it very much because it's orientation, we haven't seen each other in a couple months. Obviously it's gonna be kind of awkward, but it's hard not to think about because it's exactly the way the way I got used to things going that made me want to leave. I don't want to leave. I do like it there. It's the only middle high school that I've ever been familiar with, and fun things happen there. I don't want to give that up if I don't have to. But it does get a bit lonely not really being acknowledged. So I'm excited for this year because I want to turn things around and actually do a good job in school this year. But I'm very nervous that things are going to be exactly the same as they always are. I guess the reason that I'm putting all of this out there is because I know that I'm not the only person who deals with this sort of thing. I wouldn't call it bullying, because they're not really being mean. It's just kind of exclusion, which is worse, I feel like. No, it's not worse. It's just also really not fun. And it sucks. I want people to know, I think, that a lot of the time, if you're being excluded like that, a lot of the time it's not your fault. There are definitely times when maybe you have done something. Usually people will make it kind of obvious if it's you. A lot of the time it's just people being people and getting like that because they don't understand you. And it's weird. It's weird and it's annoying. And it's not fair. But you're not the only person that it happens to. I think the challenge for all of us should be trying to find someone else that it happens to. Because if that person's being excluded for no reason, then we might make good friends for each other. And maybe it doesn't work out that way. Maybe you're not really good fits for one another. It's always worth giving it a shot. I think that everybody should do that. never fun to have it happen. If it doesn't happen to you, you wouldn't want it to. So don't do it to anybody else. I know that most people watching my videos, I believe, are adults. From when I checked the demographics, that's what it said, but I don't really know how trustworthy those actually are. I guess I challenge you guys too. Adults who are in college. If you don't really have any friends, then maybe it's worth finding somebody else who doesn't really have any friends and seeing if they're actually pretty chill. Don't let them walk on you. Sometimes people are being excluded for a reason, and it's probably a good idea to not mess with that. But if they're just being excluded because they're a little bit different, it might be worth saying hi or just popping in or something. I know that people just popping in, even if they didn't really say much of a ton of meaning or a ton of value to me, it still means a lot. Maybe try that with people you haven't talked to in a while. Just pop in. It can save a life. That's really important to me, and that's something that I think I want my channel to be, is a safe place for anyone. Obviously, within reason. If you're, like, a terrible person, or you hurt people, like, you can leave. But, I mean, if you're just some guy, I mean, there's no reason why people shouldn't talk to you. I know that a lot is going on with me at the beginning of this year, and I'm pretty nervous about it. But my plan is to make the most of it, and to not place that block in the wrong place, because that's kind of embarrassing. No, that block has nothing to do with my plan. I guess my plan is to just try and have a good time. I mean, you only get one life, might as well make the most of it, you know? I guess this isn't 100% true. Most people only go to high school once, might as well make the most of it. And it's not fun, I'm sure it's not fun for most people, but something you gotta do under most circumstances. It's not all awful. I do have friends, a couple, and they're pretty great. This one cow is in my house. Hey man, he's my friend. I'm gonna name him Memory. But yeah. I don't know that I came in here with a lot to say. I'm just sort of here. I don't know. I don't really know what the future for my videos is gonna look like. I do kind of want to maybe help people. I know most people don't, but I kind of like the idea of being someone's, I guess they call it like your comfort creator or something like that. It just seems kind of sweet. social at times, and that's probably why people don't exactly like the idea. But I would like to be comforting to somebody. It seems like a good thing. Alright. Onto the topic of, the game at hand. I don't really have a plan for this house. I'm just kind of making it up as I go. I think I just want to have something built, because I needed to be doing something while I don't. Honestly, if I make more videos like this, like where I'm just kind of talking without any sort of idea of what I'm talking about, creative mode might be a better candidate. I don't really know. I'm just building to have something built. So if I do this again, I will come in with some sort of plan on what to build, so that I don't have to worry about thinking about it. Because it definitely hinders my ability to put together what I'm thinking about. Yeah, there's not a lot else that I have to say. I just think that some people who don't get paid a ton of attention to go on and aren't very nice to other people because of it. And I think that's kind of dumb. I think I should give you guys homework. I should be the teacher. And the assignment should be that we all make friends. Or something silly and chill and normal like that. How's that sound? I'd be a terrible teacher. It would be fun though. I'd probably go on like a power trip if I was a teacher. Because I know I've had some teachers that do some crazy stuff before. Nothing like super crazy, but like crazy enough that it was out of the ordinary. How have I done that? Oh, it's the torch. My bad. Ooh, that doesn't look good. I don't like that. No. I'm trying to think of exactly what I'm going for here. I really can't think of anything. I really just am just building to say I've built something. Here, I might just leave you guys here since I really don't have anything else to say. Yeah. Whoops, that's not F5. This is F5. I'm still not quite used to using F5 for outros and occasionally intros. But, with that unfortunate blunder aside, yeah, good night to everybody. Depending on when this video goes out, it'll either be extremely early in the morning that everything starts, or it'll be in like an hour. So yeah.